and see if anyone shows up. I don't think I usually have to change my sound or anything. Hey, what's going on? It's probably been a while. So I missed my birthday by about, 2 weeks? I wasn't feeling that great. And also my last stream I felt like I was too drunk, so I can do it better this time. It seems to be something that happens here. Thank you. I appreciate all the happy birthdays. I realize that I'm 36 now, so I could go read Lucas's stuff from when he was 36, and maybe I can relate to it. Can people not hear me? Yeah, hopefully. I can turn up the gain a bit or something. I think it's okay usually, though. Yeah, I mean, it's always on Lucas. Echoing. Man, why would I be echoing? I'm not very good at this shit. I'm not really sure why it would be doing that. Like, obviously I'm not very good at this shit, but... No, the thing is, I'm not actually playing my sound, so I have no idea why it would be echoing. Maybe I could put my mic down here if I want you to really hear it when I type. Alright, well anyway, what's up everyone? Hopefully this is alright. I don't stream very often, so I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's have a drink and watch some Lucas Werner. It's obviously not going to sound as good as my videos because I do sound editing in my videos. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stream for 2 hours hopefully, but my stomach's bugging me, so I guess we'll see what happens. If you have any suggestions from your channel about Lucas, I thought I might read some of Virtual Wern. Because Lucas wrote this when he was 36, so I thought I might be able to relate to it now. And I hadn't heard of Lucas until he was 37, because that's when he had a Starbucks incident, but... Antifa never take on age phobia.
Here's what I don't get. Antifa largely takes on things like homophobia, racism, and misogyny in the streets. They'll get violent about this shit. But I never see them taking on age phobia because they largely just consist of millennials and zoomers. I'm not saying to be violent, but if you look at the telomere research on older men between 39 and 55-ish, and women between 18 and 24, and how that would confer greater DNA in a child and make them 4 times healthier than average, or so, maybe you really should take on age phobia. I'm not saying to be violent, but that's usually how you roll because you're a bunch of like 8th grade mentality and you can't see past violence. You're not what I would call a smart organization. I wouldn't call the Proud Boys smart, but Antifa is certainly not an intelligent organization. Neither are SJWs for that matter.
He's like, I'm sure you're idiots. That's why you should take up my cause for me. Specifically for me. Misogyny. What's wrong with my stomach? I don't know. It's probably my intestines. I think I'm getting older. And I'm still, like, I want to eat Flamin' Hots and drink malt liquor at the same time. Doesn't work out that well for me. He stopped showing himself in videos at one point. "15 years to transfer my DNA."
Hey, look, it's backwards. Like, you think that they would make a camera to where, like, if you were to take pictures of letters and shit, it would be forwards, but no.
This is perfect. I think I'm feeling pretty young, really. They might have been talking shit about, like, the grease spot, or the grease spot on his wall. He always set his head up against the same spot, against his wall. There was a big grease spot there.
They just keep it all backwards. Is it going to be forwards when I stop recording?
Yes, it is.
Because I haven't done letters. Weird, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to be 40 in 3 days. If I were to have kids with a chick that was like 18 to 24, my kids would be 4 times healthier than average. We have all the evidence of that we need. We don't need these basics and Nazis to even talk anymore. We're for Bernie, so don't make it a money thing, shithole. What that means is I have 15 years to transfer my DNA to another.
Oh, God. Why does he do that?
You fucking clones.
Thank you for the happy
shut
birthday.
Shut the fuck up.
It was a good birthday.
If language bothers you, yeah. If, like, oh, I'm a sexual deviant, huh? Yeah, but you probably get cream pied every fucking day, so. Anyway, Amish. You have 15 years to make me happy. Look at this shit. It's all backwards. I don't understand that. They can't make a real camera?
I know. What was he thinking? You have 15 years. You know what happens at the end of 15 years? He didn't say it exactly for obvious reasons, but I think the idea is that he's going to kill himself if he gets past 55 and he's no longer an ideal father. He realized that people would, like, call the cops on him if he threatens to kill himself, so he just does it very vaguely. Bigotry's against your Bible. He's already admitted that he'd be a terrible father. He said that he'd let his kids eat stuff off the floor and just laugh at them because Darwin's law. And it's like, my God, Lucas, evolution kind of factors in that you're supposed to not just let your kids die and laugh about it. At least I think so. What are the shirtless ones?
Oh, it's so funny. People think I'm a narcissist. Like, I'll clearly point out that I...
Oh my God, he starts his video like, how do people think I'm a narcissist? Like, fucking... I don't think he's going to be around 15 years. I mean, not to... This guy doesn't have the best health. No, man, I don't think Lucas could have become a cop. I think he's somehow just not smart enough.
I have like a little bit of like acne, and it's kind of like aggravated by the cold. Would a narcissist point out like foibles and faults of himself? I don't think so. I'm gonna like scrub my face real good tomorrow. See if I can get rid of that. Just picking at it.
Yeah,
it's gross.
Put off till tomorrow.
This video is simple. It's just I gotta say I don't really like basic bitches and bad bitches, and the reason is like the whole idea of the whole like a bad bitch is disgusting to me, just because the whole term bitch to even describe oneself is like saying, one, you're just gonna give into the patriarchy and you're gonna self-apply a misogynistic label to yourself. It would be like if you were a Jew and you identified as a kike or something. Like, why you would self-identify as something that men basically throw at you is gross. And also the idea that you think being a jerk, whether you're a male or female or trans or whatever, is acceptable behavior. It's really not. Like you're out there in the world and you just think it's acceptable behavior to be a jerk to people. The only people I'm really a jerk to are people who are jerks to me. Like, they'll laugh and then they'll say some sort of snide comment, and then I'll say something snide in return, you know? Like, that I think is acceptable because I'm standing up to the bullshit. And the whole, like, basic bitch thing, like the ratchet bitch thing, where you're just kind of like a common...
Yeah, okay, what he's talking about is how he doesn't like the word bitch. I know he uses it all the time. He probably made a video with bitch in the title within a week of this. But he definitely... He's trying to virtue signal. He doesn't like it when women call themselves bad bitches. It's like, I know a number of women who really like that term. Who is Lucas to tell them they can't say it? Now, we're not talking about Elliot, but we definitely could, one of these days. Now, anyway. Let me read some of this crap, right? This is virtualwern.com. It's run by, Wernology, who you might have seen in the chat earlier. I think. Greetings, age phobe. I'm 36. Male, single for 5 years, dated women my age, dated older women. My last girlfriend was 18 years older than me. All these women are with older men than them now. I've lost 150 pounds since 2007. I've gone from a 5X shirt to an XL. I have an EBT card. I usually give away $25 a month in public. I'm a great cook. Alright. We can talk about how benefits to the poor create millions of jobs and trillions in revenue. Money for the rich has screwed us out of $8.2 trillion in bailouts and war just since Obama. NAFTA sent 25 million jobs from America for cheap labor. TPP is 5 times the area. Corporate subsidies rob the poor taxpayers 20 times more than benefits to the poor. The oligarchy owns both parties. The atheists at least invented the computer. Man, this is so disjointed. None of these things have anything to do with each other. Hey, thank you for the for the birthday wishes. Yeah, the EBT card. He's bragging about how he gives $25 of his EBT money away to homeless people every month. Which is fucking insane. Because he was literally leaving up free candy signs and stuff like that in Olympia. Like, he actually set out a sign that said free candy, and then he had, like, his atheist literature next to it, trying to get you to date him. I didn't know about this at the time, because I'm actually pretty close to Olympia. But, yeah, I don't know how somebody doesn't feel like a sign that says free candy is kind of creepy. Yeah, EBT's food stamps. So he's bragging about, like, breaking the law, essentially. Not that I exactly care if he's spending his food stamps on other people, but he probably shouldn't be doing that. Thank you for the late birthday. They give to your homeless shelter. They sink money into disease research, financial aid, and foreign relief. The old money controls the media. With anemia, webbed feet, buck teeth, and thin skin. No wonder these inbred royals want you to sleep with your own generation. Rising rates of mental illness, crime, and lower rates of literacy, class attendance, money for the rich. Misery loves company. There are also morons who have sex with their own family members. They control the money with their putrid bloodline. Is he, like, complaining about the, Yeah, he's complaining about, like, the royal family from 200 years ago or something. That's gotta be it. Should be glad Lucas doesn't have a sister. Intragenerational sex. Wow, let's all breed with our sisters while we're at it. That's, lovely. The world will not be free until the last priest strangles the last king with his own intestine. The universe is eternal and reboots backwards in time by the exceed of faster than light. The Big Bounce is an eternal process. Faster than light has been observed past the Hubble sphere. Atheism is a fact, Jack. I'm for worker solidarity. I want free college tuition. Actually, I don't know what any of it means either. However, you see this? I think I can build a warp communicator that would send a radio signal over 300 times faster than light. So that was his goal, to go to community college for free, which he managed to do that part. And then he was going to try to find a way to go back in time. It was going to start with this radio signal that goes over 300 times faster than light. God, I have no idea. Like, if I set out to try to figure out how to go faster than light, I wouldn't even know how to start. I mean, would anyone? It's pretty much impossible. But Lucas is like, yeah, I'm going to go to community college and figure out how to go faster than the speed of light. Every generation has a hero that fought the reigning paradigm. Lost generation, male entitlement, Margaret Sanger. Baby boomers, white entitlement, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Generation X, heterosexual entitlement, Harvey Milk. Millennials, youth entitlement, position open to females in Spokane, Washington. Ages 18 to 30 years old. Click the red button below, Joan of Arc. Dare to fight the good fight against intragenerational age-old segregation. The way you intragenerationists do is a bigotry against science. Intragenerationist is not a word that you see very often, I gotta say. He thinks that there has to be one person to represent every generation, and he thinks that it was Kurt Cobain who represented Generation X. I'm like, are you fucking me? Leave it to someone from Grace Harbor to think Kurt Cobain represented Generation X. Hey, what's up, everyone? Good to see you, but not that I expect people to show up. I just randomly started streaming in the middle of the day one day. This is what, 15 days after my birthday, I think? But it is International Holocaust Memorial Day, so that's not, like, depressing or anything. Yeah, no, everyone here, they're not really that enthused about Kurt Cobain anymore. Like, public opinion's kind of gone back on him a bit. But not for Lucas. Alright. The hateful will face their Waterloo in blocked email addresses at my discretion. Better be nice to me, babe. Even the Fibonacci sequence wants me to be with 22-year-olds. Older and younger is a longer, sustainable relationship pattern. You'll outgrow guys your age. My mom and dad were 4 years apart. Man, this is really, yeah, he's got a lot going on here. My 4 parents and 2 sets have been married 30 years apiece. 10 and 8-year age gaps. Obama's father was 6 years older than his mother. Tiger Woods' father was 12 years older than his mother. Western Europe and Eastern Asia revere greater age gaps like this. They have bullet trains, high technology, universal health, free college education. Bernie Sanders will be our oldest president. What wants him to be with 22-year-olds? It's the Fibonacci sequence. Alright. I can explain this. I think I remember what the number is. I think it's 1.618. Alright, so you take your age. I'm 36 now. And then in his one, you'd be dividing it by 1.618. Oh, so yes, my ideal aged woman would be 22.2 something. That's how you do it. You divide your age by 1.6, basically. I wasn't going to actually explain what the Fibonacci sequence is, but it's something that shows up a lot in nature with, like, the way plants form and stuff, because it's... I don't know, it's just stable, I guess. But yeah, just, yeah, theoretically you could times your age by 1.6 and date one of them too. But Lucas doesn't want to do that because he already tried dating older women. Was he going to explain it? Alright. Bernie Sanders will be our oldest president. Democratic socialism will save the world. Alcohol and cheese take a while to get good too. Intragenerational segregation creates a biological wealth gap. A biological wealth gap. Wealth gaps lead to economic collapse. Biological wealth gap. Biological collapse. Give me a chance. This is why I've been single for half a decade. I'm more open to natural mathematics of the universe than only one number. I'm not sure. Pretty long. It's more than one thing here. Yeah, I know the cheese, because he's like... Well, I won't find the meme right now, but... He had that meme where he just posted it over his stupid face. Women are like fish, better with freshness. Men are like cheese, better with age. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, everyone? The golden ratio is the logarithm of reality. The current age with the previous age in the sequence creates the next in the sequence. The cosmic poem of the multiverse from quantum to cosmological. The golden mean. And then he has this sequence of numbers. I will cook for you every day and let you live with me for free when I get an apartment. I'm saving my money while at House of Charity. More money these days saved than with other women, age phobe. I have gone from 350 to 3,600 on Facebook. Mostly out of state. The red button, Joan. Not one, press it. Not pie. Phi. Hashtag feel the wern. Unwe Blue, thank you for the super chat. I feel like you sent me money on PayPal. I appreciate it, though. Where is he living? Oh, yeah, he was living, he said House of Charity. That was the homeless shelter he was living at when he wrote this. I know, he's hitting on women. He's like, unfortunately, I'm at the homeless shelter. However, you shouldn't care about that unless you're a bigot or something. It's great. And no one wants to feel the Wern. You know, he said that it had been half a decade since he'd gotten laid, you know, in whatever this thing is. However, it's now been almost 12 years. It's been at least 11. Yes, I'm homeless, but I'll let you use my EBT card. That's basically what he's saying. And I'm not sure. Lucas kind of quit with the whole male age of consent should be 35 thing. Maybe he realized how stupid he'd look if he was saying that people who are 36 aren't old enough to have kids yet. I mean, come on. I know, most people would be trying to hide this stuff. But Lucas is like, oh no, I'm the homeless influencer. I make toaster oven cuisine. Obviously. Why do the religious have the hubris to brag about their own humility? Is that really even humility? I wonder that sometimes too. Yeah. Lucas was in bunk number 13. I remember that. How do we go from loving children to eating chocolate when most chocolate is picked by forced child labor? Do we just not care that most our clothes were made by actual human beings for less than $1 an hour? How do we as a society live with this as the reality? Yeah, I don't know, Lucas. How do you live with it when you get your stuff from the fucking... from the lost and found at the homeless shelter or whatever? This is goddamn ridiculous. How do I describe the word hubris? Maybe you should just look it up. I'm not feeling very articulate right now. But it's like when you cause your own problems by acting like Lucas, essentially. All this stuff is just stuff he's reposting. Where's his stuff? It's COVID, so you work, then go home, right? Or you work, go home, then go out and party, even though it's COVID. Your choice is risk your life or be a slave. Still think America is the most free nation on earth? I think he stole those words. I know that Lucas is like 40 and he constantly has zits on his face. I don't get it. I'd usually assume he's a drug addict, but he's not. Crazy how Congress didn't raise the federal minimum wage because they said it would make food more expensive, but then food just got more expensive anyway. Yeah, I'm not really disagreeing with what he's saying here. He's picking his face? Yeah, I guess that must be it. Oh, he's really bad at making memes. Like, this probably doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to bother to read it, but... Jesus said not to pray so others see you pray. He also said not to put your religion on public display. He sounds like a hashtag atheist. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I know, you weren't supposed to pray in public, but it's like, what do you mean sounds like an atheist? Atheists are known for showing off how smart they think they are in public. Like, this is why Lucas just used to pass out propaganda, like, oh, check it out, I'm the broke atheist. I've given away thousands of dollars in EBT money. If the theists get the best babes, that's on your money, opulence, and greed, hypocrites. Even Jesus agrees with my atheist ass. Shut your mouths, religious, and hook me up. Appreciate it. What, the EBT card? Oh man, that is one of his old ones. Like, he came up with that before the Starbucks incident. Like, they were actually following him. There was, Oh yeah, he gave away 9 pounds of popcorn to make me look like an idiot, I guess. I don't know if it worked. No, it was cute older daddy, even worse. I think hot would be significantly less cringy. Alright, a book worth writing after a couple of dining dates to prove the point. By Lucas Werner. 1. Humans are a diploid species. That means they're happier based on telomerase levels between older males and younger females, just like all diploids, which includes every heterosexual mammal. The homosexuals are there to curb the population growth and to take in strides of their species and other species. Or strays. Please think before you waste taxpayer money on allowing homelessness. Wait, what? Allowing homelessness? This isn't exactly his, What is the Starbucks incident? This is the Starbucks incident. Lucas Werner, 37, ejected from Spokane Starbucks after asking teenage barista for a date. Turn off my ad blocker. You're fucking nuts. So he left a creepy note for her, like he always does. And then, she was creeped out by it, and then when he went back, the cops were there to kick him out. And then he threatened to sue Starbucks, and that's when this made the news, because I think he's the one who called the news. I don't even know if the barista was actually underage, but I guess it doesn't matter. Werner has not yet responded. Well, he eventually responded in the form of a video. It was great. I don't think we know what the note looks like. The note that everyone knows wasn't actually from that incident.
Would you use if you're wholesome as fuck or acerbic as fuck, as long as you're not mean to me or the waiter or people around you and people don't find you annoying, then yay.
Yeah, it did say bartender, that's why I'm assuming.
Yeah, sex is not going to get you to the second date. I guarantee you. Like, no matter how much sex you throw at me, it's not going to get you to the second date.
Oh, really? Yeah, the Warren doesn't care about sex at all. He spends all day yelling about it, but... No matter how much sex you give me on the first date, I'm not going to give you a second one necessarily. I swear.
If I like you, then the $100. Second date, another $100. Third date, another $100. Fourth date, another $100. Fifth date, then I'd be willing to sleep with you.
Oh.
If you wanted. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. It's been 8 years. I'm really not trying to hit you up for sex here. Dinner conversation. 5th date, no 100, but food of the same quality. Maybe better, maybe about the same as steam plant. Probably about that same level. $40 to $50 a plate kind of thing, you know. I'm not trying to break the bank here. I'm not trying to, like, Churchill's. I mean, if I go back to school, which I'm not going to do unless I have a committed girlfriend, then I'll get some money from my financial aid disbursement, and then we could go to Churchill's a couple of times.
If I go back to school and get my financial aid, then we can go eat out. He's like, why are their panties not wet yet? I said this would take 5 months, 5 dates. I'm going to give them money after every date for no apparent reason. Because that's what a normal person does. Just give someone money to go on a date with you. Yeah, I don't know that he's ever been off the EBT, but he was aware that this would get him a little more goodwill. You know, he got featured on Tosh.0 for acting like this, offering $1,000 for a woman to go on a date with him. He's like, yeah, I'll get you a $60 porterhouse. And I'd play the Tosh video if it was on YouTube. I don't think it is. Conversation with Satan. He was homeless when he was doing this. He's not anymore. You hoard women during the
I've met plenty of people that disagree with my atheist stance against religion, and we can have a conversation about it to where it leads to something along the lines of, as long as you're a good person and a good human being, then nothing else should really matter. As long as you're trying to be a good person and trying to do the right things, and you're cool about some shit, then it doesn't really matter. And that's usually the conversation that I have with religious chicks over the internet. It's like, I understand you're not a Christian, and I'll be like, I understand you're not an atheist. And it sort of just leads down to the path of, as long as we can agree that we aren't assholes and try not to be assholes, except the people who are assholes, you know, like Trump and shit like that. You know, like the rich.
I know, guys who call women chicks 95% of the time usually don't look like assholes, right? As you put on a ridiculous shirt and sunglasses like this. You know where he got those sunglasses? He traded the rest of a block of cheese for them. According to himself. It is? He bought this aged Gouda, I think it was. And then at the homeless shelter, he traded the rest of his cheese, because he didn't have a refrigerator, for sunglasses. And that's how he got this, I guess. At least I think. I hope I'm not spreading false information. It's been a few years. Yeah, I mean, he was bragging about this cheese, then he gave most of it away.
Motherfuckers. The people that actually fuck up the world, instead of picking on little peons like me. If we can agree to not pick on me or people that are poor, that may have made it, you know, don't pick on people is what I'm saying. Is like, if it's like little people that have their own struggle, don't pick on them. But like the big wigs, like the religion and like the big politic issues and business things, you got to pick on the big issues, not the little people trying to make small changes here and there that are either poor or very unknown. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what am I going to mock Lucas for having a big forehead? I'm like right up there with him. Although I don't have a huge bald spot on the back of my head like Lucas. I need a haircut pretty bad.
Saying if you pick on the little guy, you're a bitch or an asshole. And you could be a dude or a chick and be either... A bitch is basically somebody that just stands in your way. And an asshole is somebody that pushes you out of the way. So you could be a male or female bitch or asshole is what I'm saying. It's like the whole capitalist bullshit of like, oh, bitches are just women that want to be on par with the guys. Kind of sucked.
What?
I don't think women are bitches for wanting to be on par with the guys is what I'm saying. But the fact that they like had to adapt that word is the same as the gays having to adapt the word, or the blacks having to adapt the word. It just like capitalism forced you to do that. So that's what sucks. I understand it's fun to say certain words and stuff like that. I don't really care if you say fuck, shit, damn, nigga, faggot, or bitch. As long as you're mean to me, we have no conversation. As long as you're like mean to the people around you, we have no conversation. Niceness rules. If you don't agree, fuck you. So I don't really get off on
Niceness
topics that
rules.
I don't
Fuck
think
you.
will lead to me finding a girlfriend. Like I'll be your buddy and I'll be your friend. I might even hang out with you and whatever. But at the same time, you know where my mind is, and you know what my sorrow comes from. It comes.
Lucas went through this whole phase where he thought he'd just spam words that people find offensive until a woman decided to date him so they wouldn't be offended anymore. That was his idea. Yeah, he's terrible at cursing, I know. This guy is completely nuts. He's talking about hoarding women during the coronavirus. He thinks that people just pass women around. It's amazing. And that they can just, like, break off a woman for him. He asked for that so many times. Man, I've never handed a woman to anyone or been handed a woman exactly.
Comes from 8 years alone, dealing with a bunch of age phobes, classists, religionists, ableists, and bigots and haters towards me when I don't think I deserve as much fucking bullshit that you've thrown at me. You're all out there fucking around during the corona cost, so I feel perfectly justified in slut shaming you for maybe another month, because otherwise I don't really care. You know, it's not my business, but you technically are causing a plague to be perpetuated, or potentially. So like, I don't really get off on other topics, is what I'm saying, other than what I think can lead me down to the path, the path of finding true love. She's 18 to 24. She's a Zoomer. I'm Generation X. You give me $100. Why? Fine, if you want to give me $100 to date me, you can do that too. But what I'm saying is, like, if I give you $100, it's to meet you for lunch at the steam plant after the whole virus thing has lifted in Spokane, Washington. I don't understand why you're greedy with...
Man, I don't want to pay $100 for his first fucking date. For a lunch. I feel like that would be a bit much of a gesture on my part. And this is Lucas. He's like homeless, living off SSI. Do you really want the guy to be going out buying like multiple $100 dinners, which he keeps doing? Yeah, maybe he can't get the dinner at Steam Plant until he gets his financial aid. I think you can find his album or whatever if you just look up In the Court of the Telomere King. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's on Bandcamp. Teenage Bondage. Yeah, he made music, I guess. I'm not sure why, but somebody else put background music to it. It's terrible. And it includes a cover of Welcome to the Jungle that I played on this stream a number of times. It's fucking terrible. I'll probably play Welcome to the Jungle eventually. Not right now, though. Yeah. This soliloquy, like most, is best delivered while periodically picking stray mustache hairs out of your mouth. Pretty much.
To women, I don't understand why you're hoarding them like money, and I don't understand why you're capitalistic about this. I don't understand why you have to fuck around and not social distance during the coronavirus like a bunch of idiots. I don't understand why you are fucking retarded, other than the fact of a personal theory of mine to do with biology that takes from other theories and builds a new theory, because that's what science does. So if I give you $100, will you please meet me in the steam plant for lunch for a conversation? No, we don't have to have sex. If I give you the $100, it would be before we had sex. And that decision is up to you. I'm not really, I mean, I could go 4 months without sex. I'm perfectly fine with that. I've gotten 8 years without a girlfriend or sex. Let's have a dinner together and get to know each other as human beings. Otherwise, I don't really want to know you, because you're just out there fucking around and doing things to potentially spread a virus around, or you're a bigot towards me or hateful. And I don't really appreciate the disrespect. I think we should split Congress 50-50 men and women. I'm a sexist. Go fuck yourself, classist. I'm not here to play your game.
We should split Congress 50-50 between men and women. I don't see any problems that could occur from that. Let's see, last we heard from Lucas, he says it's been 11 years since he's gotten laid or had a girlfriend, I think both. And the timeline's not exactly entirely clear. Lucas is a pretty bad narrator. Is Lucas an incel? And people like to use the term bumcel, but he's not, like, technically homeless anymore, so I guess not. Slut-shaming COVID-19 away. It's like I probably played these ones in the last video. I should go a bit farther back. Or in the last stream. He's definitely a bum. Fertility timeline. I love you, Gen Z.
New York Intelligencer. America's most socialist generation is also its most misanthropic. Voters who trust their government and each other.
Is he reading an article? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure my stream isn't that important. You could probably watch it later or something. I obviously decided I could make this stream later, because I'm like 2 weeks off from my birthday here.
The trolls and haters amuse the hell out of me, because it's like they'll say, nobody likes you. And then I'll like be in a sushi restaurant and like play my videos at the same volume that they're talking, or just slightly louder. And then like everybody starts laughing in these like points, like you dissing on millennials, so the baby boomers will start laughing. Diss on baby boomers, the millennials will start laughing. I start dissing on these various like sections of the wheelhouse, and then the trolls will be like, well, you're a guy who demands proof and everything, how do you prove that? And I'm like, well, dude, how do you play something and record them laughing at the same time? Do you understand the switch-footiness of your desire for proof? I can't play the videos and say, oh, look, they're laughing, and record at the same time. See, that's what I mean. Everybody thinks you're idiots because you're idiots.
I don't know what he's talking about. My type of woman, he says while he's looking like John.
I think if you like consider yourself heavy or thin or just like a normal weight, that's all that matters. I mean, as long as you're a happy person and you're nice to people, that's all that really matters. I've dated heavier women and I've dated lighter women.
I appreciate it.
All that is kind of superficial if you have a good personality. From what I've noticed, though, people that are like way too heavy or way too skinny or belong to some sort of like urban subculture like punk or hip hop and have to like dress in that specific culture, whether it's goth, especially if they're young, like in the 18 to 24-year-old range, there's usually an arrogance problem that encounters a lot of these people. It's not the majority of them, but it's the loudest section of them.
Lucas can't possibly think that his age is something to work around. He actually thinks it has to be like a positive thing. I don't know. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It was an alright birthday.
Like the whole like snotty attitude to me is not my type. Snotty attitude is not my type. Looks and personality go a long way. I wouldn't say stop trying with me if you're heavy, because if you're nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to you. And I would certainly look past that on the level of us being friends. But I'm not really out to meet 18 to 24-year-old women right now.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Here he is saying, hey, if you're on the heavier side, I will still be friends with you. And he's saying it very apprehensively. And the whole time you can see that he's got these big old man tits. It's like, man, this guy's huge. What the fuck is he talking about? He's a nut job. This is like Chris Chan saying, if you happen to be any type of autistic, don't bother replying, because I need... That's what we're looking at here. This is ridiculous. Alright, wait a second.
Now, in order to make friends, I'm out to meet them. See, I'm a little chubby. I mean, if you're a little chubby, you might be a little chubby. I've weighed more, but, you know, if you're a little chubby, you're a little chubby. That's just, it's how it goes. As long as you're a nice person with a good personality, you might have a chance with me. You know, if you really like me, prove it. Put a video of you on YouTube telling me why you would go out with me. If you don't live in Spokane, or you're not a celebrity, or you're outside the 18 to 24-year-old range for a woman, just don't bother her. I wouldn't say that you're not a friend. I just wouldn't date you because you're not in the fertile range for a woman. That's the only reason. So, I mean, put a video of you on YouTube and tell me why I should date you. Maybe you weigh like 300 pounds and are a very nice person, and that could win you a chance. Maybe you're punk rock and you don't look like a mess, and you're not a mean-spirited, violent, hostile person.
I've seen Lucas claim 210 pounds when we knew that he weighed about 300. Lucas is pretty snotty in his attitude. Thanks for the super chat, yeah. He thinks he's better than everyone, and the reason... I mean, it's like part of this is that he thinks he's better than these girls that he's trying to hit on. That because he's older, that he must be more put together and stuff, and it's like, you know, these girls don't live in a homeless shelter. Still trying to get with 18-year-olds. I'm sure he wouldn't say no. Lucas's age range changes anywhere from 18 to 26 to 18 to 21. He hasn't claimed to want 16-year-olds in a while, I'll admit. I think people finally convinced him it was illegal. Took a while, though. Yeah. He said his family owned the Werner meat company, and then they told him off on Twitter. Apparently that's not his family at all. Yeah, like Werner's that unusual of a name. A pretty common German name, I think. The unconditional love of God has conditions. Man, he's giving me these takes that I figured out when I was in like first grade and had to go to Catholic school. And he thinks he's some kind of genius for saying, I have found some loopholes in the Bible. I have found some things here that don't make sense. Would you believe that? Yeah, looks like it. Which one of these are good? Date me.
There's a lot of things that just don't offend me. Words usually don't offend me. If you're just there speaking in...
Yeah, I've only been through Spokane a couple times. It's about 7 hours away from me, so I don't think I can smell Lucas from here. Yeah, there were a lot of things about the religion that didn't make sense to me when I was in grade school. But I would feel pretty embarrassed to just be sitting there complaining about really basic complaints as a 40-year-old man. Oh, don't worry, he doesn't have $100 for dates anymore.
Slang 100% of the time, and I gotta thumb through the Urban Dictionary just figure out what the fuck you're talking about. That's a little offensive. It's not like a blockable offense. If you're insulting me and you're age phobic and you're telling me to go fuck myself in any facility, any faculty, or in any way, that offends me. If you knock me at all, that offends me.
Yeah, you don't say.
If you tell me not to do something that isn't illegal, like, oh, I want to date 21-year-old chicks, and you're there telling me to fuck off because it's never going to happen, that's blockable. It won't happen with you there, but if you're there, that causes a problem for both of us because my friends will just tell you you're an age phobe. And you really need to shut your mouth and stop being a bigot. Like, I don't care if you're white and say nigga. I don't care if you're black and say nigga. I don't care if you're a black Republican.
Thank you,
if you
Ryan
respect
Hodge, for the
me,
super chat.
then we're good. If you disrespect me, then we're not good.
Warren.
So
I cannot tell you. Lucas has a number of times tried the religious angle. He's like, oh, being religious just gets you a woman, because, well, I mean, we've seen cases where that's true, I suppose. Maybe if you're one of these weird religious guys, your mom might set you up with someone, but this sounds like a great thing to Lucas because he's had a bit of trouble himself. No, Lucas does not have friends. If you become friends with the Warren, I can tell you what happens eventually. Eventually, he just gets to a point where he's like, hey, if you don't eat me a bay right now, then we're enemies. No, Lucas certainly doesn't have friends. There's no way. I do have this meme of him talking about how... what was it? His 18-year-old buddy, that Isaac guy, was mad at him because he wouldn't go buy him alcohol. Because Lucas was mad that he was going to go get laid on his birthday, and he wasn't yeeting Lucas a bay. Yeah, this was some 18-year-old kid at the homeless shelter that he was hanging out with to try to get, I don't know, 18-year-old girls, I guess. He was always mad that this guy could get laid and he couldn't. To try to call me out, man, we've been there a few times. Well, Lucas got totally mad at me a couple of years ago. I think at my original channel, actually.
Not going to start a relationship with somebody under 18 or over 24. My intent in life is to get married and have kids.
I can't be Lucas. Didn't you just hear him? The only thing he wants in life is to get married and have kids, and I am fucking diametrically opposed to both of those things. So, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'm a guy, I'm straight, gay people don't offend me at all. But if you're a classist or an age phobe, that offends me. I got $1,000 saved up. That could potentially be used for dating. But if you're gonna be an asshole towards me, then I have no reason to date you. But yeah, like date one could be Churchill's in Spokane, Washington. It could be pizza if you want. It could be chicken fingers. It could be a burger and fries. We can get Grubhub at your house. I'm trying to get on direct deposit so I have full control of my money. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it's something that I'm working on. But yeah, I have money saved up for dating.
No, are you wondering if Lucas is still alive? I think he still posts on social media every day, but he's been boring, so barely alive. George Sedini. I feel like I made a video on that guy once.
You're not forgiving, compassionate, or dating. If you're not forgiving, compassionate, or...
Yeah, this is ridiculous. He says he's got $1,000 saved up. A video? What, on Lucas? Oh. His stupid things that he writes on political views sometimes? I could. No idea. I have no idea what he plans to talk about with college girls, or with anyone, really. I don't know. I'm assuming Lucas would probably try to dunk on Andrew Tate for virtue signaling or something. Oh, God.
kind or respectful toward...
And he's willing to, like, get his stimulus check. It's like they just hand him $1,000, and then he's willing to turn around and the next day be like, "Oh, hey, I've got $1,000, ladies. Does not everyone in the country have $1,000 right now? Because I do." It's basically Zoidberg trying to buy art in that one episode of Futurama. Except it's Lucas trying to buy young women with his stimulus check. Oh yeah, this is his new board game. I haven't even watched this video, but I'm not... They're not really the most entertaining stuff he does. Well, yeah, because Lucas is obsessed with, or was, with Greta Thunberg, right? He made all these memes about, Greta's an 18-year-old, huh? Because you have fake personalities. Where was this recorded? Holy shit.
When it comes to age gap love, there are
Oh
certain...
my god, was this after that guy told him to shut the fuck up and that he was scared of recording in public? Yeah, this was great. If so. I might narrate some of this stuff on Virtual Warren soon, at least. Which, I think some of this stuff might be school papers. Turds of the Squonk. I know, that one fucking killed my girlfriend. I have no idea what he was fucking thinking about. And then he started making videos in porta potties too. At least we're pretty sure that's what he was doing. He even made a few of them in the homeless shelter bathroom. I think he's draping something over his head.
people that I just don't care about when it comes to the expression of an opinion. These people are Trump supporters. So any kind of Republican, shut your yap. Millennials or older, shut your yap. You're not Gen Z. Shut your yap. I don't give a fuck. That's your opinion. Go fuck yourself. Selves. Go fuck yourselves.
Probably the same sunglasses, yeah. He's wearing the same shirt, if you notice. He probably kept this ensemble for like a month or so. I don't know. Hard to tell with Lucas. A trash bag could be. Or a blanket or something. Because someone told him to shut up, so he thought he had to hide for a bit. And here he is being all aggressive in his video. Like, oh, I'm going to yell at these internet people, but protect me from the actual streetwalkers of Spokane. Oh, it's great.
Another group. Oh, it's about money. You're a classist. I don't give a fuck. 90% of Gen Z supported Bernie Sanders. Fuck you. You have an opinion. I don't care about your opinion. You're a simpleton. I don't give a fuck. So we're not aligned. So I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I'm a socialist.
Well, he's mad.
I'm left wing. And I don't have a lot of money.
Oh, it is his code, isn't it? This, you know.
So, like, you read your Bible, right? Oh, it's not about money? You would still be harassing my ass if I was a millionaire or billionaire? Matthew 6:24, bitch.
I thought bitch was
The
a bad
behavior
word.
of you greedy assholes, like women are your property, is exactly why I'm an atheist. That's one reason. Oh, you're a communist, but you have 3 girlfriends. Bitch! You're greedy.
Yeah, that's the
You're no
people's
better than the
girlfriend. What are you
classes you
talking
hate. You're not Gen Z? Well, I don't care about your fucking opinion any more than I care about the opinion of a racist. Bitch! How's it feel to be a bitch? You're a Republican? We
It's
have
especially great because we know he's like hiding from people right now. He's like literally hiding to make his video out in public. I can't imagine this. Yeah, probably about as ridiculous as he usually looks, or like something I would have done in grade school, maybe.
coronavirus, COVID-19. You fucking Oompa Loompa ain't doing shit. You're a bitch. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. I'm not here to get violent. I'm not going to get violent. I'm not going to do meth with you either, or hard drugs. But what I'm telling you is that my opinion is that you're a bitch. Happy Cinco de Mayo. May COVID-19 wipe out you greedy, stupid assholes. It's better for the genome. Drink, fuck, and be batshit crazy. Because we need less assholes and chicken shit age phobes on this planet and stupid people. Oh, I'm 40. I want to date 21-year-olds and 18-year-olds. Oh, so you gotta like raise a ruckus of hell about it because you're a bigot. I'll go back to school when I have a girlfriend. School is for study, not getting laid. You're a bitch. Leave me alone.
Thank you. Sammy. Actually, everyone who's donated to me so far has been a patron, I'm pretty sure. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. Lucas's teeth are probably better than mine. I don't know what his deal is. He's making such an aggressive video. You can tell he wanted to talk shit to the guy that told him to fuck off, or that told him to shut up, but he wouldn't. So now he's just doing this, I guess. Is a birthday wish a thing?
Leave me to do what I do. I would rather hide out away from your ass than deal with your shit opinion. Because you're a bitch. You're there like, oh, he's your dad's age. And I'm there like, oh, he's your twin brother's age. Gross. How's it feel to be a bitch?
Yeah, that's gotta be what's going on. It's just like, wait, what's that guy doing? I don't know, he's just special, like... The nerve of this guy to put his own life on, like, ransom. He's like, oh, I'm not going to do anything about myself until I have a girlfriend. That's your problem. And it's like... it's not my problem, Lucas. I've actually gotten paid a fair amount of money to talk shit about you. It's not my problem at all. Yeah, I don't know if that's possible for Lucas. He didn't used to be, like, schizophrenic or whatever. He was only bipolar, and he was completely nuts. Well, wherever he's at, I feel like I see a lot of sun coming through, so it must have been, like, bright out.
Yeah, hook me up with some phone numbers from Spokane people. Women, 18 to 24 on video chats. To prove you're not being a bitch and withholding and being a troll, you little Christian fucktard. You never read the Bible. You're fake. You're an atheist to act just like them. You're fake. You're a classist or a Republican. Fake. You are bitches. We don't like you. Oh, you worship money. You gotta have money. Money, money, money. Bernie Sanders upon you. Bitch. I don't care. I'm not running for office. Bitch. Yes. Yeah, you can send me Grubhub.
Oh, could I?
But then you further isolate away to go fuck the women because you're a bunch of hoarding, greedy bitches.
What, because I don't send him Grubhub? Why the fuck should I? I had to pay for shit myself. Not every one of us has been able to not work for the past, 22 years? 23 years? Oh, I don't think I ever knew what it was about. Enjoy your fuck sesh. Fertility. Oh boy, that's an inspiring image to start on. Doesn't this just represent Lucas so well? Look at this madness. Well, I assume he wanted you to have Grubhub delivered to the homeless shelter, either that or his Motel 6 room or whatever. However, he was literally complaining that women weren't lining up outside the homeless shelter to date him. You know, even though because they're leftists, they don't hate the homeless. Would you believe that they don't want to date them? Can you believe that a young 20s woman would not want to date this man, this 300-pound neckbeard who hasn't worked in over 20 years and got a domestic violence charge out of his last relationship? This man that you can Google his name and find out an incident where they called him a creep internationally and Perez Hilton made fun of him. I mean, that's all you... That's really all you need. Who's gonna... A man who has admitted that he'd be shitty to his kids if he ever had kids. He's like, oh, I'd just make them do all the work and then I'd smoke pot and eat steak with the mother. Yeah. And I've seen true crime stories where the dads were like this selfish. I don't think they were quite as incompetent, though. Hey, thanks, anyone who's given me birthday wishes. It's gonna sound really repetitive if I respond every time, but... Yeah, he definitely thought he was a celebrity by this point. I'm not sure what the hell he's trying to do here. Fertility.
Zoomer Bays.
He's still doing the... Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook anymore. I got a lot of followers, but they don't really comment on my posts anymore. Because, like, with the veracity of which I post, they might see a post a day, but the fascists at Facebook will only show in the feed, like, one post that I...
Have I learned anything new from Lucas? I'm not sure. You know, he hasn't really gotten that much worse. I guess. Like, he was homeless and wandering around Olympia trying to give out free candy when he first showed up. He actually thinks I was stalking him in Tumwater, but the timelines just don't add up. I didn't even know who he was until 2017. At least. He kind of looks like he got sunburned in this one. Yeah, I think it sounds shitty because he has his coat over his head again. Because he's too scared to show himself in public, because someone might say, shut the fuck up, faggot, again. This is really cracking me up.
I posted out of like maybe 10 that day, and they don't like certain things being said because they're a bunch of fascist capitalist pigs that try to monitor people's language and not just allow free expression. So Zoomer Buddies, if you want to get a hold of me, or Zoomer Brothers, I'm on Instagram. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook anyway, so when I get a ban, it's just like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. Most of the time when people like my posts, they like them on Instagram more often, at a higher percentage. I know when I post something, I'll get a like, but like when I post something on Facebook, I might like get one like every day for the amount of stuff that I post.
Thing I've ever seen.
And that's just, that's just not good enough for me, you know what I mean? The money worshippers and the cows that run the world make it hard for me, and they talk a fair amount of shit. So that's against the Bible. I'm not a Christian. I'm an atheist. But you're a Christian.
All right, the comments. No, I'm not hiding under my jacket because a stranger called me out for being the bitch that I am. Why would you think that? Man, that is a crispy looking face. Yeah, it is. I was about to say, he looks a little sunburned at this point. Not that I can talk. I don't do that great in the sun.
Muslim or Jewish, you're 80% of the country. And being greedy, age-phobic, which is a form of bigotry. Bitch! How does that feel? Bitch! Oh, you're hoarding the women. But you're left-wing. Bitch!
Hoarding the women. Yeah, this one doesn't sound that great, though. Joining the military is a bad idea. Yeah, it's probably right. There's no way I'd join the military now. It seems like a good idea when it's when you can't get any other job and you're like 19, but they certainly don't pay enough. Oh, this one over a bottle of brandy. Do any of these sound fun? Alright. Let's listen to Lucas's Welcome to the Jungle. I used to play in a local band. I've heard a lot of bad stuff. Probably a little.
Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. We got everything you want. We know the names. We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. What to bring you to ya? No, knees. I wanna watch you bleed. Welcome to the jungle, we take it day by day. If you want it, you're gonna believe it's the price to pay. And you're a very sexy girl, and that's very hard to please. You can taste the bright lights, but you won't get that from me in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle, feel my serpentine. I wanna hear you scream.
I mean, not exactly because he's got actual guitar in the background, but...
Welcome to the jungle, it gets worse here every day. You learn to live like an animal in the jungle where we play. If you hunger for what you see, you'll take it eventually. You can have everything you want, but you better not take from me. And when you're high, you never ever want to come down. So down, yeah. You know where you're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Watch it bring you to your knees in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. To my serpentine. In the jungle, walking in the jungle, watch it bring you to your knees. In the jungle, welcome to the jungle, watch it bring you to it's gonna bring you down.
Oh, there we go. Alright. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know how they got this out of him. I don't think there's a story behind it. At least not the one that I know of. Like, why does Lucas have an album? I have no idea. Is that a normal thing for a person to have an album? Oh. Yeah, I know. I have an album. What it means to be a nerd in 2020. Lucas cooking. The Good and Bad in Walter. Okay, I wonder who this might be about. Carl, what other gems? Well, he has some original music like Teenage Bondage. Teenage Bondage. Not that you exactly want to listen to it right now.
I don't care if apparently Walter Fate was in the military. I think that warfare and bootlicking and this whole capitalist game of sending the poor off so the rich can live comfortably is bullshit. And I think that a lot of people, when they come home from war, realize this and they go into military service to get a GI Bill. But you go off to kill, and I'm against killing. I don't think there's ever really an excuse to murder people, especially if it's just going to make rich people richer and poor people poorer, which it always seems to do. And it's done since every war has been fought since World War II. What I appreciate is that the toxic masculinity has not turned him into an awful person, except for the part that he's part of this call-out culture that calls out people by names. That's ridiculous and mean-spirited. I'm poor, man. You should go attack somebody that's rich. And I'm certainly not in this game to treat women poorly. I think that there needs to be more women in leadership positions. So if I thank Walter Fate for anything, it's the fact that he's not a sexist pig. At the same time, the call-out culture shit is rude. And I would never do that to somebody unless they did that to me. And I really don't want to fight about this anymore. Because it's ridiculous in like high school. And I don't really like that sort of thing. But sure, he's got good points.
I don't want to fight either. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's not like he has any point. It's not like he has any points. He's just assuming things about me because I said I was in the army, which was now like 15 years ago. I don't think it was at the time, but hey, what's going on? Werenology. I'm putting on some random Lucas videos as usual. This one looks funny.
I hate the whole nonsense, pedantic from Generation Z chicks of, oh, he doesn't understand because he's old towards me. And okay, then stop drinking water because water is billions of years old.
Bullshit.
Stop breathing the air.
Bullshit.
Because the air is billions of years old.
Can you imagine somebody making this argument and actually works with
Stop
someone?
enjoying the starlight because the starlight is billions of years old. Stop enjoying the daylight because the sunlight is billions of years old. Stop eating plants and animals because those life forms have been on this planet for billions and billions and billions of years before humans got here. Just face facts that you got more in common with the racist ass Nazis than you do with the left wing, bigots.
Wow, that was insane. Yeah, why should you not want to date someone who's older than you? All water is billions of years old. This is kind of a fucking... I know, what are we supposed to photosynthesize ourselves? Lucas is so full of it. Oh, I bet this one's about me too.
I wasn't gonna do...
Who do you think he means by dudes who argue against incels? I'm sure there's tons of those, right?
this video, and it's rare now that I even show my face because I really want people to pay attention more to my words than what I look like.
Hold on. Because I do stupid things like don't fold my collar. So, like, I get up in the morning sometimes and have a thought on my mind and just want to record it without showing my face. Cute, right? I'm a real cutie, right? So,
Yeah, no one ever posted.
I had the video. Last video I posted was about Bishop Talbot Swan and how he's sick.
I'm assuming Lucas just isn't being that entertaining. He's just gonna post Halsey lyrics or something. Maybe his health really is going as badly as people think. I don't really like to speculate on people's health as much.
Sick of like white women trying to pick up the microphone and talk about racism when he's black, and like how there's all these white people who want to talk about racism. And I think it's fine to like post memes on the internet about racists being stupid, but like when it really comes
You're gonna give me a few minutes. I'll play the video though.
down to it, when a black person starts talking about racism, you need to shut up and listen. It's okay to have a conversation, but you need to like stop acting like your privilege allows you to talk about racism more than people of color. And I feel that way about people who talk about incels that are dudes, like Walter Fate. And I rarely put people on blast by their name, but the fact that like he put me on blast with my name means that this feud is just never going to end. I do not talk to this guy anymore because he's like a white woman that wants to pick up arms against racism when there's black people. If there's anybody that needs to talk about incels, it's women. Not dudes, women. Him trying to talk for the women is exactly what I mean. He's a misogynist prick. Just shut the fuck up and let the women talk about incels. And dude, I'm not an incel. An incel, you say, well, is an involuntary celibate. But you're people that say things like, the word bigot is somebody that hates your opinion, or the word gay means happy. That's like the 1800s definitions of things. I'm a bachelor, not an incel. I'm a comedian, not a troll. Let the women talk about incels. Leave me out of this whole fucking thing where you think I'm an incel. I'm not. The women that I'm interested in are age phobic. Or maybe they're not, but they're like 18 to 24, and most of them are age phobic. And that's all because the patriarchy markets an image of similar age couples being hot to trot and the best for the baby's health. It's not. Go to my YouTube channel, watch all my videos on telomeres.
Hey, thank you, Ulrich, for the super chat. I hope I have a delicious birthday dinner prepared in a homeless shelter toaster oven. What did I eat for my birthday? I don't even remember. I really wanted this this game and I bought it. So it was a pretty good birthday. Support Walter talking about incels. I haven't... God, I know my original channel started off incels, but Lucas had probably been complaining about me talking about incels when I hadn't done it in like, I don't know, years maybe? Possibly years. I was completely terrified of talking about it after my first channel got shut down. Yeah, it was pretty good. I probably should have managed to stream anyway, but...
This one, the Lucas Werner channel, and sit your clown ass down instead of hating me. Look in the mirror and look at your own narcissistic bullshit. Empaths wouldn't spend their time downvoting my statuses and shit. Like, whatever you say to me, it's gonna be like...
Yeah, no, Lucas is gonna act like I wasn't diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. Just like he should be. Thank you, Sir Nielsen, for the super chat. Man, I really need a haircut. My hair is long as shit. Well, Lucas was about 34 when he started this campaign. He was like, "No, I want the youngest women now that I'm 34. I've tried everything else." He hadn't really tried everything else, but that's where we've gotten. I'm still amazed you can't see Lucas's bald patch from the front. Like, if you looked at him, you wouldn't know it was there at all, but it's gigantic. I'm certainly not doing a comb-over. I've always had a high hairline. Probably Lucas did too, honestly.
Like, I agree with you, like, maybe a percentage, but, like, most of it I
He's
don't.
pretty good at it, I guess.
You know, so, like, if you message me on Instagram and you don't have
I get
a...
your tom-tom,
if your account is private, you know mine's private. I'm not here to... you know why mine's private. You having a private account means I'm not going to allow you to follow me, because you're not showing me what I need to know if you're worth dating or being a friend with. And you know enough about me through YouTube and years of Facebook to know that I've put myself out there plenty. I don't really go to bars because
I know, this makes no... Okay. This makes so little fucking sense. He starts the video complaining that people are calling him out by name. And here he is saying, "I put myself out there a lot." And it's like, yeah, that's why I'm making a video about you. You tried to turn yourself into a public figure. I mean, really, I gave Lucas a bunch of subscribers. Not anyone that would be nice to him, but... I don't know. Bistango, he's been obsessed with a lot of different places. Bistango, he was talking about the steam plant in the one earlier. I've never been to any of these places. I have been to the place that Lucas used to wash dishes at when he was a teenager, though. That's in Montesano. Oh, the toaster oven was really something. The thing is, I can picture someone being like a homeless influencer and it being kind of like a funny gimmick if the right person did it. Lucas is definitely not the right person. And plus, you'd have to have some idea. I have no idea how you can eat as much as this man has consumed in his lifetime. And I have no idea what goes together, even when you go out to eat all the time. It's like, oh, I might as well add Captain Crunch to my ramen. Like, literally, Captain Crunch to his fucking ramen. You know, along with the buffalo chicken and... what, watermelon? Yeah, he put watermelon in his ramen. Yeah, apparently the toaster oven was left there by a former resident who didn't want it anymore. I don't think people were really using it, but if they were, then, well, I guess they were screwed here. Zachary Smith, thank you for the super chat. More Russell Greer content. You know, I was actually thinking about doing that very soon here. In fact, I have his novel up in my tabs right now, I think. So I think we're going to be getting to that soon, actually. Russell Greer is someone else that you can't really feel bad for.
have and they don't pay attention to me no matter what I look like or no matter how much I am in their corner. It's mostly just a bunch of age phobia pushed by the patriarchy on these poor girls.
Career. Oh my god, I can't even
women,
imagine.
or whatever you want to say. So
now, I'm fairly certain nobody knows anything about Chris Chan, at least last time I checked, which wasn't that long ago.
if you really want a chick, go to a bar. They're 21, mostly. But if you're like 40 and you have to have a bunch of cash, you need to know about telomeres because your babies would be healthier with them. Running cash in the time of Bernie Sanders and the rest of these Democratic Socialists is bullshit. And if you're there to talk for the women, you are a misogynist, Walter. So don't do that shit.
Yeah, probably. I don't know why he was pronouncing it wrong for like a pretty long period of time. I don't know if someone told him to or what. Oh man, check out the hat I got for my birthday. This is great. No one ever recognizes it because it's not very recognizable, but I wish I did. Yeah, apparently my sound isn't good today. I have no idea what the issue would be, because I'm certainly not hearing myself or anything. Yeah, apparently this is Dale's hat in King of the Hill. I didn't recognize it either, because it's a pretty normal looking hat. Sing? What should I sing? Welcome to the Jungle? Probably, right? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna wear this definitely. Yeah, I'm not going to be bald anywhere near soon, am I? I also need some aviators. Maybe I should trade a block of cheese for them. In a certain age window. Yeah, it's funny, I'm getting as old as the characters from King of the Hill. At one point, John Redcorn's like, I'm 36 years old, I don't need this crap. Just like, me too now. Oh. "36 years old. What's this? This Lucas recording it? No. When I have a girlfriend, I'm content. Well, this one doesn't have... I swear I'm hearing something. Shh. No, yeah, if anyone's seen Lucas's merchandise, it's really special. I don't know that word. A high risk for offspring with chromosomal aneuploidies. I don't know, man.
The only purpose of this video...
This is the grease spot I was talking about. Like, behind his head, he's growing this grease spot there, because you've noticed his hair is really greasy, no doubt. There's no way not to notice. Well, 36 is not what I'm at. It looked pretty old when Lucas was there.
To show you the evidence.
That's okay. I'm not going to stay much longer anyway. It's almost 2. I might do another stream soon though. Because this wasn't exactly that great.
It's on older fathers in the description below. I don't really need to say much in this video. Because I've probably already said it in my previous videos. So I'm just saying, if you like my videos, you're going to get those good feelings. If you dislike those videos, you're going to get those bad feelings. Because you're going to be right there knowing that I'm right and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's going to aggravate you. and it's going to irritate you. And if you lie, I'm not going to listen. And if you're going to contradict the science, you know I'm not going to listen. So I'm making this video to show you the evidence of my claims on the older father sperm telomeres in the description below. If you don't read it, that's your problem. If you don't understand it, you can always just click on that one from the University of Washington and email the guy that is responsible for writing it and have a debate with him, because he's going to know more about it than me. Anything else?
Yeah,
you just don't accept the truth.
I don't know what I'm talking
Well,
about.
that makes you stupid. It means you're willfully ignorant, which means that you're stupid.
That's not what willfully ignorant means. And whatever. I mean, a lot of people are going to refuse to listen to Lucas just because they know he's a fucking creep. Yeah, Lucas understands the science quite well. He went and took Biology 101. I think that was the only class they let him take that was actually college level. And he failed it. God damn, he does look like shit in that one. Thanks for the super chat, Zachary Smith. That's true, right? If I was going by the whole, Hey, what's going on? Alright, good to see everyone. I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm going to close it out in 15 minutes here, I think. Glad I can at least show up a bit. I might do another stream. Oh my god. Is this what I think it is?
You can't motivate.
Did he, like, set up a pillow so he'd stop putting that grease spot on his wall? Jujubi, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Well, everyone bought me enough to make up for the stream, so... Oh, true crime? I would love to do some true crime. I probably wouldn't do it on this channel, though. It would... If I had to describe how YouTube works, they give you the benefit of the doubt if your videos usually don't get demonetized, so the fact that mine almost never do nowadays just makes me more money. So if I was to do something that was more likely to get demonetized, and that was something people wouldn't usually like, I'd probably need a new channel for it. I should start doing true crime and To Catch a Predator on my second channel. It's mostly what I have on there anyway. Well, I appreciate all the views and everything. Would you do Spotify? I'm not sure how I do that. We're talking about podcasts. Yeah, it's not like I was attached to this channel's name. This was pretty much just like... It was just a very boring name that I came up with because the original was just named after me anyway. Oh man! That's actually something I love. I fucking love when a criminal gives a really dumb excuse. Like, there was this one specific video where the guy had a 59 IQ and did one of the worst jobs of trying to cover up a crime I've ever seen. And since then I've just been referring to people's excuses as 59 IQ excuses and stuff. I mean, come on, even Wings has a 62 IQ, right? But yeah, I think that would crack me the fuck up to make fun of criminals' excuses. Oh, which crime was it? Fuck, I don't remember all the names at any given point. It was that guy who had all the broken ribs in his... And they stomped on him. I don't know, a lot of these cases where someone gets killed and the crime's stupid, like, everyone involved is really, really vacuously stupid, because this will happen in England and they don't realize they're on camera all the time. And I'm like, how can you not know that? You can't just go and drag a suspicious object down the street to where a body gets found and you're on camera the whole time. My God. Yeah, are you in my head right now? I was just thinking about Cole Carini. I guess you might know that because I used a picture of him in a video the other day, but that guy was actually a lot cringier than I knew, and he would make a good video, yeah. Cole Carini being the incel who wanted to bomb cheerleaders at the mall, of course, if anyone doesn't know. I made a brief video about it on my last channel when it happened, I think, but maybe I never got to him. MC Sleeves, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Man, that guy is definitely worth a video. I wonder if he's trying to mitigate the grease stain here.
Motivate people by traumatizing them. The reason there's so much bullying over the internet now is because it's pretty much squashed offline. As soon as there's any kind of like bullying at a school or anything, like there's all these conferences and teachers and
Manassian? Yeah, actually I think Manassian was the one I made the video about. Yeah, I think I saw a video and found it infuriating. I don't remember the exact details. I can't imagine... I mean, like, the incels act like they're inspired by Elliot Rodger, but I think most of them actually realize that he was kind of a coward piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, if you're leaving comments all the time, I have definitely seen the names of people who leave comments. I'm not that big of a YouTuber. Oh, man. Wordology, do you know that guy, the one with the 2-hour interview that never made it to Catch a Predator, but he left those drunken calls yelling about how the bears are trying to get his dick? Now that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That guy thinks the cops are his friend, and let me tell you... No, I can't read your name. It's in Russian or something. I recognize most languages, but not all of them. Yeah, that guy is hilarious. He doesn't even manage to make it. Yana. Alright. Although he's kind of like an asshole the whole time, and he really thinks that the cops are getting on with him. You go through, like, there's a YouTube comment that, like, describes it better than I could. He goes through, like, the whole roller coaster of emotions. What part of the army? Well, I was only in for several years, but I was, field artillery. I was, mostly in Korea as a 13 Mike. Oh, Lauren has a lot of issues. I can't believe he believed any of this stuff. And it's like, you know how much of a piece of shit Jeff Sokol was, but Jeff Sokol at least had normal conversations with her. You can see every time the decoy's like, hey, why do we have to talk about this sex stuff constantly? And he's just like, no, we are steering this back toward Mr. Penis and Mrs. Vagina. There is no... I am not going to accept not talking about Mr. Penis for 2 seconds. If you dare talk about how you like my dog, I will get jealous. Yeah, imagine how this guy would act if he was ever in a relationship. I know, it'll never happen, but fuck. like, comparing Lauren to the other ones that you think might be the creepiest just kind of nails home, or just kind of hammers home how creepy Lauren is compared to them. The mac and cheese. Yeah. Wasn't he working out with a shake weight? Like, what the fuck? Why did they get him to do these things? Yeah, I know that I'm 36 now, so I can compare myself to Lucas, but you know what can happen next year? No, I guess it can happen this year, because Lauren was 36 the whole time he was having a conversation with his supposed 13-year-old. Because he showed up on his 37th birthday, right? And he looked like fucking shit, too. He was terrible. Yeah, just being honest. The apex predator? But he only hit on one decoy. We've got some that hit on like 3, right? Lauren gave his heart to this 13-year-old decoy that just said yes to everything he said. That just said, LOL? Yeah, wow. I think I covered the Lucas Catfish story for the most part in one of my videos. Maybe it'd be worth covering the whole... I don't know, maybe. I haven't seen all the Lauren stuff. I know it's all still there. Lauren is so ridiculous. He's the fucking grossest. Well, I sure hope you don't look as bad as Lauren. He did not look like a 37-year-old in my opinion. In fact, he doesn't really look that much worse even when he's 50 now. Or 50-ish. I'd imagine. He only got caught by one decoy as far as I know, though. They didn't have to ask him. Who's Brittany? Who's Brittany? Shit. I actually might just make a video that's like, oh, my favorite predators, and then spend like 30 seconds on each one of them or something. No, longer than that. But you know, I really like some predators like Dan Allen. That guy cracks me up. Lauren stuff. I noticed that someone is actually making these long form videos about Lauren, and I've watched those. It's probably not worth doing for him because Lauren is not a popular subject, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I really want to talk about Dan Allen and generic white male. Oh yeah, John Dupee is especially pathetic. Karina and Chow broke the law. I still don't know what the deal is with the Karina thing. This is how you got Catfish to Spokane, I take it. I know that Chow guy looks like some soy boy who got his instrument stolen or something. I get it, but... However, the thing is, he also looks like a street person, and a lot of street people would like to protect the younger, you know, street girls living on the streets, like in Olympia or whatever, from predators like Lucas, so, I don't know. I could see that as being, like, their motivation for doing this. Oh, so it was exactly the same as the California catfishing. I know, it's hilarious that Lucas thinks that it can't be a fake. He's like, oh, somebody actually spent $100 on this plane ticket. It's like, okay, well, yeah, act like I haven't spent $100 on a bottle of booze before. That was about as entertaining as catfishing Lucas to California, if less. I don't know. And if I remember correctly, the trip back from California was about twice as much by Greyhound. I don't know who bought him that ticket, but I don't know. I guess his tears must have worked. Yeah, I know. Wasn't he supposed to, like, show up and notice that, and then not get on the plane? Because who would? But the thing is, Lucas had already spent all of his money, and he probably did that in preparation of, oh, I'm going to have everything when I get to California. Man, that guy was totally, from what I hear, totally crying and scared. Then he gets a ticket and he's like, oh no, I couldn't finish my nachos that someone from the internet bought me. How will I support my gigantic mass without eating nachos 5 times a day? Yeah, I didn't shower. I definitely should. I definitely mentioned that in my video. Oh no, you just barely made it. I'm about to end the stream. Kind of surprised. Yeah, and then the whole thing was like, I mean, I know the guy wasn't trying to catfish him as a 16-year-old girl. Because his memes from the very start said that she was, what, 22, 23 or something? 22, I think. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. Well, Lucas is a silverback after all.
And students and people marching in the streets. You can't just bully.
Yes, the gander and ryegrass. The fact that he got his money from the government, the stimulus check. And then he's like, oh, we're at the party at Shed C. Guess what he did with the money? He got a motel room for a week, which is a real easy way to eat up your money if you're not rich, by the way. Yeah. Ryan Hodge, thank you for the super chat. Again, I think. Alright, I'm going to try to make more here. I might even do it today, I'm not sure. I have a video like half written. I do that a lot and then decide it sucks and don't finish it. Yeah, then he put out that picture. Oh, got a catfish. We gotta be a big bad. Can people... I don't think they can. Sherman royalty. Yeah, you know who else tried the royalty thing? Chris Chan. I am of royalty in the Weston bloodline. Like trying to convince the wallflower, oh, you gotta sleep with me. I don't want to pay $100 for a damn hooker. Well, Chris ended up paying $100 for a damn hooker and didn't think it was a bad deal, I guess. And I gotta bring this up because, oh. Yeah. It never gets old seeing Lucas trying to leverage his supposed, Have you ever seen someone like, oh, if you want to get with me, I'm going to have money eventually when my parents die? I'm pretty sure I've never seen such a thing. Yeah. It's not like we think that royal lineage is a good thing either. I mean, you just heard him, if you were here the whole time, going on to the thing I was reading earlier about how, oh, it's a bunch of inbred people telling us what to do. And it's like he's still willing to try to take that to his advantage. The video of him in a gurney, that's... yeah, I need some time to find that. I'm sure I could find it, but it's... it's just a couple seconds of hearing him yelling about misogyny, maybe. Yeah, and you know he's been like that for a while until they're like, "Oh, we can't put up with this anymore." All right. Well, anyway, I think I'll be taking off here. I apologize that the whole thing sounded weird. I'm not sure why it would. Yeah, I think you will see me soon. Oh, Robert the Bruce? Yeah, that guy was cool. Yeah, I should be making a video. I've already started it. What was I writing about? Oh yeah, am I the asshole? Alright, well, anyway, I'm gonna take off. Thanks everyone who showed up. I might do another stream soon, I'm not sure.